The Time Chamber of Hidden Warnings. Chapter 1. You spoke too soon. The door did not look important. It was the first warning. There we go. I forgot where I was. The Time Chamber of Hidden Warnings. Chapter 1. You spoke too soon. The door did not look important. That was the first warning. Anonymous Cherry had crossed doors made from celestial fire. He had stepped through dimensional fracture, survived training chambers where years passed where Earth barely noticed, and stood before beings whose presence could make ordinary warriors forget why they had entered the room. The door? Gray metal, one handle, no symbol, no aura, no dramatic voice announcing that destiny had arrived. Anonymous stared at it. Yeah, he muttered. That makes me trust it even less. He opened it. Click. The door disappeared behind him. 0, 0. The chamber that doesn't look dangerous. There was no arena on the other side. Anonymous found himself standing in something disturbingly ordinary. A hallway of fluorescent lights buzzed overhead. Old clocks hung along the walls. 3:17, 8:42, 11:11, 5:55. Every clock displayed a different time, yet none of their second hands moved. Anonymous activated his internal grid technique. He could not reach, well, he didn't reach outward first. He became the meter, breathing, posture, attention, emotional reaction, energy expenditure. He quietly measured himself before attempting to measure the chamber. That was a lesson his earlier training had burned into him. If the instrument is unstable, the reading cannot be trusted. His breathing slowed. The chamber remained silent. Then click. Every clock advanced exactly 1 second. Anonymous froze. Interesting. A voice whispered somewhere beyond the walls. You spoke too soon. Anonymous turned. Nothing. Anonymous voice. Another voice. Anonymous voice. Another whisper came from the opposite direction. They spoke too soon. Then another. You believed them too soon. That one hit differently. Anonymous stopped walking. The chamber had revealed its first trick. This place wasn't designed to tell him how special it was. It was designed to test whether he could tell the difference between encouragement, ego, addiction, evidence, and truth. Hidden warning. Don't confuse doubt with prophecy. The hallway dissolved. Anonymous suddenly stood inside a gigantic theater. Thousands of shadowy spectators surrounded him. Some laughed, some whispered, some pointed. Voices overlapped. You'll never do it. Too ambitious. Impossible. Be realistic. You really think you're going to accomplish all that? Anonymous felt his chi rising. His old instinct wanted to answer them, explain, prove, demonstrate, transform. The chamber immediately reacted. Warning. Energy leak detected. Anonymous stopped. The spectators laughed harder. His aura flickered. He understood. Every attempt to defend himself was feeding the simulation. So Anonymous said nothing. His aura stabilized. The laughter grew harder. He remained silent. The shadows began disappearing. 100 vanished, then 500, then thousands, until Anonymous stood alone. A golden sentence appeared overhead. Silence is power when speaking would only waste energy. But another sentence appeared below them, or beneath it. Silence is not proof that you are right. Anonymous smiled. Ah, now he understood what kind of chamber this was. It wasn't going to flatten him, it was going to sharpen him. Hidden warning, too. Don't build your identity around misunderstood. Another door appeared. Anonymous entered. The room contained two versions of himself. The first stood proudly beneath enormous glowing leathers. Chosen one. His aura was gigantic. His expression was confident. Around him floated images of doubters being proven wrong. The second anonymous wore ordinary training clothes, no aura, no title. He was working, planning, studying, training, saving, organizing, reviewing mistakes, practicing, repeating. The chamber asked, which one becomes more powerful? Anonymous pointed towards the glowing version. Nothing happened. He frowned, then pointed toward the working version. Ding. The chamber illuminated. Correct. Anonymous laughed. Ha 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 ha. Okay, that's almost disrespectful. A deeper voice answered. It is accurate. It is accurate. Anonymous recognized the presence. Immediately, the invisible spirit remained unseen, not as a figure he could point toward, not as something Anonymous could command, only as Chambers' mysterious spiritual prospect. The lesson appeared. A title can inspire you. A title cannot do your work. Being doubted doesn't create success. Consistent action does. Anonymous stared at his working counterpart. That version wasn't angry, wasn't trying to embarrass anybody, wasn't obsessively checking whether doubters were watching. He was simply getting better. That disturbed Anonymous more than any monster could have, because the chamber was attacking something subtler than fear, the desire to be witnessed winning. Hidden, hidden warning 3. Haitian wasn't passivity. A gigantic chessboard materialized. Anonymous immediately remembered his realization about chess master rap. The board had never truly been about chess. The board was life. People were represented by pieces: money, time, family, work, health, knowledge, reputation, opportunities, risk, distractions, promises, deadlines. Anonymous examined everything. His opponent had no visible pieces. Who's playing against me? The chamber answered, impatience. Anonymous reached for a piece. Warning, he stopped, examined the board again. There, a tiny opportunity had appeared 3 moves away, but reaching it immediately would require sacrificing sleep, preparation, responsibility, relationships, financial stability. Anonymous withdrew his hand. Just because I could make a move doesn't mean it was the right move. Correct. Another realization followed. Patient isn't sitting around waiting for destiny. The chamber waited. Anonymous continued. It's preparing so that when timing creates an opening, actually ready to use it. The entire chessboard illuminated. Hitting warning, master. Hitting warning. Woman 4. 5S of destiny. Anonymous entered the strangest room yet. It looked like someone had exploded his entire life onto the floor. Plans, goals, training manuals, financial ideas, old failures, new projects, random opportunities, unfinished tasks, arguments, compliments, criticism, equipment, memories, dreams, everything competed for attention. Anonymous immediately recognized the challenge. 5S. 5 pillars appeared. Sort. What actually matters? Anonymous separated useful information from noise. A criticism containing useful information stayed. Meaningless mockery disappeared. A realistic warning stayed. Fear disguised as advice disappeared. A warning, a promising idea stayed. 27 unnecessary side quests disappeared. Set in order. Goals, gain sequence, foundation, skill, consistency, opportunity, then expansion. Foundation, then skill, then consistency, then opportunity, then expansion. Anonymous didn't jump directly to expansion anymore. Every shortcut triggered an alarm. Zzz. Man, Anonymous tried another shortcut. Zzz. Anonymous stirred uproar. Y'all enjoying this? The chamber offered no sympathy. Shine. Anonymous inspected his system for weaknesses. No, not enemies, not haters, not doubters. His system. Where where was time leaking? Where was money leaking? Where was attention leaking? Where was ego interfering with judgment? Where had excitement replaced preparation? Every answer cleaned another section of the chamber. Standardized. Anonymous established routines that worked whether he had felt powerful or ordinary. That mattered because motivation fluctuated. Systems remain sustained. That final pillar wouldn't activate. Anonymous pushed harder. Nothing. He transformed. Nothing. He increased his chi. Nothing. Finally, he understood. Sustain couldn't be unlocked in one dramatic moment. It required repetition, day after day, week after week, month after month, month, month after month, not monk after monk, monk after monk. Lord. The chamber display. Do not master sustain today. You don't master sustain today. You prove it tomorrow. Anonymous slowly nodded. That might be the hardest one. That might be the hardest one. Hidden warning 5. Don't let success turn into revenge. The final chamber opened. Anonymous saw everything the original message had promised. People who doubted him watched his accomplice unfold. Some looked surprised, some regretted their words, some didn't care, some had moved on with their lives completely. Anonymous waited for satisfaction. The chamber asked one question. Now what? Anonymous didn't answer. They doubted you. Now what? You succeeded. Now what? Someone regrets underestimating you. Now what? Someone never apologizes. Now what? Anonymous understood. His entire journey existed to prove somebody else is wrong. Then those people still control the journey. His success would still orbit them. Anonymous closed his eyes. His aura became quiet, not weaker, efficient. He remembered the Steph Chi principle from earlier training. The maximum capacity do not require maximum display. Power could exist without announcing itself. Anonymous opened his eyes. Power could exist without announcing itself. Anonymous opened his eyes. I don't need them shocked. The chamber trembled. I don't need them watching. The clocks throughout the facility restarted. Tick. I don't even need them to admit they were wrong. Tick. I don't need to become disciplined enough to handle what I'm asking life to give me. Tick. The door opened. The invisible spirit's perspective from beyond anonymous perception. 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 The lesson was larger than victory. Humans, the anonymous, humans often want signs telling them you were right. They were right. Your breakthrough is guaranteed, but the time chamber of hidden warnings taught something harder. A person could believe deeply in a goal without pretending the future was guaranteed. A person could recognize patterns without treating every coincidence as prophecy. A person could use criticism without being becoming controlled by critics. A person could dream enormously while still measuring progress honestly. Faith can walk beside preparation, hope could walk beside evidence, confidence could walk beside humility, humility, humility. God dog it. I can't say that word. Forgive me, Jesus. And silence could become something far more useful Then revenge, focus, the final door. Anonymous approached the exit, but the door refused to open. One final inscription appeared. Hitting warning, number 000. Anonymous leaned closer. The letters changed. The most dangerous warning is the one that flatters you enough that you don't question it. Anonymous became completely still. Behind him, every lesson from the chamber assembled into one enormous grid: silence, patience, timing, discipline, evidence, humility, preparation, 5S, chess, master, life strategy, internal grid measurement, Steph T, all connected. Then another message appeared. Chamber one complete. And that's what I'm going to read today. Coming soon, chapter 2, The Time Chamber of False Signs. And this beat is called Hazy Trapped Rap by Rap Palace.